Welcome to the FrayDoggGaming channel. I am your host, the FrayDogg, and you'll be watching some Black Ops 3 gameplay while I give you an introduction to myself, my history as a gamer, and what you can expect from this channel moving forward. I have been gaming probably the last 30 plus years. The first console I ever played on was at my cousin's house, the old Atari 2600 system, playing some classics like Pitfall and Donkey Kong and all sorts of other games. I can't remember all of them. And since then, I've had a number of systems. The first system I ever owned personally was the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Mario Brothers back in the day, some pro wrestling, Excitebike, Legend of Zelda, the very first Metal Gear game. They're just so much fun to play, and that started my love affair. And since then, I've owned most of the consoles: the Super Nintendo, N64, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. I wish I had hung on to all those consoles, but things happen. People move, etc., etc., etc. I've also gamed on numerous PCs, Macs, handhelds, everything. But these days, I am a husband and a father of 2 young children. I also hold down a full-time job, and I can't really dedicate as much time to gaming as I used to. So right now, I am doing all of my gaming on an Xbox One. That is currently my console of choice. I enjoy it very much. I was a toss-up between this and the PlayStation 4. I had both of them, and I ended up selling my PlayStation 4. I just like the way the Xbox gamepads feel in my hands better than the PlayStation 4. That's pretty much it. So the reason I wanted to start this channel is, like I said, I don't have a lot of time to play games anymore in between my family responsibilities and my job responsibilities. And one of the things that I do when I'm trying to decide whether I want to buy a game or not is I go to YouTube and I look at reviews and whatnot, and try and determine whether or not I want to sink my time and or money into a particular title. These days it's more so my time than my money, but there was a time in my life when the money side was a lot more important than the time side. It's funny how that transition happens. But what I was finding is that most of the reviews that I was finding on YouTube were either from a big corporation. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but IGN, GameSpot, companies like that. That's their business, is to promote games, and they're very good at it. The other thing I was finding was that the gameplay footage I was seeing was from people who received copies of the game prior to release, and they tend to be really, really good gamers. And so what I was finding is that I was watching all this ridiculously good gameplay, and I'm like, oh, that game looks awesome, I'm going to totally destroy. And then I get the game, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, man, those guys are really good, because that is not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm getting out of this game. And it took me a while to realize it, because a lot of the people I was watching, and still do watch, they are either or should be, if they're not, pro gamers. That is what they do. They're spending probably 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day playing games, editing videos, and that's their full-time job. And I really appreciate what they do, but a lot of times it doesn't give me an idea of what the average gamer can expect from a game. And so that's what I want to do. One of the things I want to do is I want to show you what the average gamer can expect from a game, because I'm just that. I'm an average gamer. You're watching Call of Duty right now. You're not going to see me go 47-3 on a Call of Duty map. I would love to, but it's never going to happen. I'm lucky if I go like 15-12. you know, more than likely I'm going to be a push player. It's going to be even. I'm going to, you know, have 12 kills, but I'm also going to have 12 deaths. You know, it's just what it is. I've accepted that fact, and as long as you accepted it and want to keep watching, awesome. I appreciate it, because you're not going to see me go on a nuclear streak here. But what you are going to get is an honest opinion of whether your time or money is worth sinking into a particular title. And so that's what you'll see in what I'm going to be calling my Gaming on a Budget series. And you can probably gather by now, budget doesn't necessarily mean money. Sometimes it means time. You know, is it worth you picking up a game? Is the campaign going to let you down? Is the DLC going to let you down? Is there DLC? Is there multiplayer? Is there a campaign, for that matter? You know, some of the games now we're seeing coming out don't actually have a campaign. It's all multiplayer. And it's a shame, really, because some of those games, you know, after First Blush, lose a lot of their luster. Battlefront, I'm looking at you. So hyped on that game. So hyped. Graphics look incredible. Huge Star Wars fanboy. Get the game. Play for 8 or 9 hours. Awesome. Except all the game modes are so repetitive. There's so few. And there's no campaign. WTF. Seriously. That game would have crushed if it had a campaign. I would still be playing it now if it had a campaign. I may have even bought the season pass if it had a campaign. It doesn't have a campaign. No harm, no foul, but I would have liked someone to give me that same advice. Dude, just rent it first. You'll play it for 5, 6, 7 hours and you'll be bored and move on. So that's one of the things I'm hoping to help you steer clear from are those types of situations. You know, and on the other side of the coin, you know, a lot of games coming out now are coming out and, you know, they're announcing DLC season passes before the game even hits. You know, that kind of goes up my tailpipe sideways, but, you know, is the DLC worth it? And in some cases, I'd say yes. In some cases, no. Obviously, you see I'm playing on the new map pack that just came out for Xbox One. I know the PS4 folks have been playing for a month now. So obviously, I did buy the season pass for Black Ops 3. I'm not a huge fanboy of Call of Duty. I typically play all of them. And I'd say it's probably a 50-50 split on whether or not I buy the season pass or not. In this case, I bought the game on sale. I got it around Christmas or shortly after Christmas, so I didn't pay full price for the game, so I can stomach the $50 for the season pass a little bit more. And then I did the same thing with Rainbow Six Siege. I got that game on sale for, I want to say, $40 from GameStop or right around the holidays. Didn't feel as bad about dropping the $30 for the season pass on that, but we can get into that because I plan on hitting some of the more recent games as part of my backlog moving forward. But we have some good games coming up, coming out soon. The Division drops in a couple of days. I played the open and the closed beta on that. I'm really stoked about that game. I cannot wait for it to hit. I'm going to put a lot of time into that thing. I think you'll like it. And if you're noticing a theme here, it's because I primarily play third-person and first-person shooters. I do play some RPGs, but these days those are the games I find myself gravitating towards. You know, I typically don't have to sink a lot of time into them or remember where I'm at. I can just hop online and play. There are some games that, you know, have super long campaigns and you're gonna, you know, and they don't have multiplayer. Far Cry Primal is, I think, going to be the first game that I upload an actual Gaming on a Budget episode for. And there's no multiplayer there. It's pretty easy to, as with most of the Far Cry games, pick up and put down and be able to do a little or a lot depending on how much time you have to sink in. But those primarily are the game types that you're going to see from me. You know, I already mentioned The Division coming out. We also have Doom coming out in another couple months, and I'm really excited for that. Doom was, for me, one of the games that kicked off the whole first-person shooter theme back when it was on shareware. And I just remember playing that game going, oh my God, I didn't know we could do this. And I just sunk so much time into playing that game. You know, and then a little while later, you know, Half-Life really blew open the doors for me as far as what I would consider a shooter/RPG with a huge storyline. I mean, Doom, in all of its gore and fun, really didn't have much of a story, if we're being honest with each other here. So that's coming out, I believe, in May 13th, if I'm correct. And then I think in June we have both Battleborn and Overwatch coming out. And those, to me, look pretty fun. I've watched a lot of the Overwatch beta for PCs. It looks like it's a lot of fun. You know, hopefully it will come out in June. I know sometimes these games get delayed, but we'll see. And then, you know, at some point, probably 2017, because I'm not sure if it's coming out this year or not, we'll see Destiny 2. And I don't know. I'm so torn over that series. When Destiny first came out, I absolutely loved it, and I played it, and I played it, and I played it, and I have a couple buddies that basically bought Xbox Ones for Destiny to play Destiny, and we played the hell out of that game. And then the first two expansion packs came out, or sort of came out. They were gonna come out, and then they didn't come out, and then they did come out. And the content was bleh. And I was really butthurt about dropping the loot for those pretty much useless expansion packs. And then the Taken King came out, and you know, did a hell of a good job. I liked the Taken King, but at that point I was just so burnt out after the first two disappointing DLCs that I just didn't stick with it. I had moved on to other games, and my buddies were still there grinding away on Destiny, and they're still grinding away on Destiny. I don't blame them, but I can't. I gotta move on, and they're gonna be with me on The Division, I believe. So I'm pretty excited about that. You know, so we'll see when Destiny 2 comes out. If they fix a lot of the stuff that I felt was took away from the first one, you know, I'll probably get back into it. You know, but it's going to depend. You know, part of it's going to depend on whether or not you bring your Guardians along with you, because like I said, I haven't really played much for months and months and months. I think my guys aren't even maxed out. You know, and I got to the point at the end where I was playing I only was playing with one particular Guardian, and that was the only one that was even close to being max level. So we'll see. But you know, that's on the horizon. I'm sure there's going to be some other games that crop up in between that we can fill the voids with. As well, I will be doing some more in-depth, not just these gaming on a budget reviews, but we'll get a little more in-depth with perhaps some of the DLC for some of these games. Obviously with Black Ops 3, you know, we'll have another map pack in another couple months. With Rainbow Six Siege, I believe we're getting 2 new operators and a new map pretty soon. I want to say it's either this month or next month, and I'm looking forward to that. I really enjoyed playing as Frost in the last batch of operators that they released. The bear trap's pretty fun. I will probably be doing a video on that because I think it's a fun game. I mean, despite the fact that there's no campaign, I think if you can get it on the cheap, then it's definitely worth dropping the $30 for the DLC. But I'll get more into that in the actual Rainbow Six Siege video. And And then eventually we might do some hardware videos. Currently I'm using an Xbox One Elite controller. I'm using an Elgato to get this footage for you guys. So you know, if the games really dry up and the DLC dries up, maybe I'll do some hardware reviews for you, whether or not you want to invest in some of the hardware that I'm playing with. And then you know, if you guys really like this and we get a bunch of subscribers and people are liking it and commenting on it, then maybe we'll have some subscriber-driven videos, whether it's you know, playing some matches together, whether it's you guys deciding what you want to see me review, whether it's hardware, software, particular game. You know, all that stuff's on the table. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing it because I enjoy gaming a ton, and I want to share with you my experiences, and you know, if I can save you from the experience that we've all had, which was buying into the hype machine for a particular game, and you know, it releasing, you dropping your hard-earned money on it, and come to find out it really didn't live up to the hype. You know, it's a shame that happens. You know, but it's hard to get an honest review, not an honest review, but you know, a take from somebody who isn't really involved in moving games or reviewing games for a living. So hopefully I can help you guys out with that. Hopefully you enjoy the channel and, you know, subscribe and like it and share it with your friends. And we can grow this thing together, and I can continue buying games and playing them and letting you know what I think about them. And you know, until that time, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing this. And if you like it, great. If not, then I'll be uploading videos for my friends and family to watch. But we're almost out of time for this one. I'm playing some zombies on the Giant. Unfortunately, it was hard for me to get into the new zombie map with the Awakening DLC. I tried playing Friday night after capturing the multiplayer footage, and I went through like 10 or 15 minutes of it trying to find a match, and then it finally found one. We loaded up and got about a minute and a half into the match, and it just locked up, connection interrupted, migrating host, and the next thing you know, dead. And it kicked me back to the title screen. So I really wanted to get some zombie play in, so I fired up the Giant, and this is what you're looking at now. There's one guy that was in this match that he just kept dying and crawling down the stairway. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I kept reviving him anyway. Thanks for the revive points there, pal. You know, this is a pretty fun map. The original zombie map was pretty fun. I look forward to getting into Der Eisenreich. Hopefully once the servers aren't stressed out after the DLC drops. So I'm hoping that that's all that it was. You know, it is. Zombies can be quirky with Black Ops 3. That's what I found on Xbox One. Maybe it's different on PlayStation or PC, but I found that matchmaking is kind of squirrely at best. Sometimes, you know, it'll say that it's finding you a match, and the next thing you know, you're you know, back at the lobby again. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.